Hi everyone. Welcome to Dr. G's Dandelion Monologues. The topic of the day is tears. This beautiful phenomenon we have and we should be grateful for. Yet, many of us feel so ashamed of it. I had a recent discussion with a very sweet person, and she was apologizing for crying as we were having a very honest and meaningful and inspiring exchange. And I told her to not apologize because tears are what make us humans. Tears are actually an hyphen between the souls. There is some kind of relief when we are able to let ourselves cry in a safe space. If we feel seen and heard in our sorrow or emotion, we feel less alone and we feel connected with the whole of humanity. I have reflected a lot on the topic of tears my whole life because I was often embarrassed because of my highly sensitive nature that made me cry for about anything. Yes, of course, from being sad, from being angry because I had bottled up too much and had not set appropriate boundaries, out of fear, and even tears of joy, of course. Even those I was sometimes ashamed of. I remember crying at a wedding and crying really profusely, and I was looked at by someone who was really dear to me, but at the time who didn't really know me and was asking, "Why are you crying?" And I was trying to tell this person, don't mind me. I've been like this my whole life. I cry at commercials. I cry at Olympics. I cry at movies. I cry whenever I have an intense emotional experience. And yes, it could be at a wedding of people I barely know. And the other day I was at a store and I was hearing a song on the radio and I started tearing up because there was a flooding of memories. And I didn't beat myself up for it. In fact, once I've learned to befriend my tears, to accept them, and to be grateful for them, they became less of an annoyance in public. I felt like I was regulating better. So once we let go of the need to control our emotions, they're healthier, they're more regulated, and show up when it's appropriate, right? So don't ever feel embarrassed for crying. Again, that's a sign you have a sensitive, beautiful soul. And you're letting out something that might be too overwhelming. And we need to cleanse our bodies. And the tears allow us to do that. The tears have a very important function in protecting our eyes, right? In creating a purging or cleansing of some pathogens. We really need the tears. And they're water. They're the water element, which symbolizes emotions, right? So it's all good. Tears are good. Let's be grateful for our tears. And you can always come to me. I will always have a supply of those. Be well, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.